Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. This is a quote by Lance Armstrong that brings me to my main point that Lance Armstrong is an inspiration. He's an inspiration for three main reasons. 1, he is an athlete. 2, he is a survivor. And 3, he is a leader. To discuss my first point, that Lance Armstrong is an athlete, I'll give you some encyclopedia facts from the Columbia Encyclopedia that state that he started biking at age 15. Well, not biking, but he started cycling at age 15 and soon after realized that he was kind of good at this and wanted to go further with it in his life. And since then, starting in 1999, he won 7 Tour de France's in a row and has 22 stage race victories. That's something that no bicyclist in the world can say they've ever done. Also, during an interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2005, she was asking him about why he liked biking and how he did it so often, and it was basically a therapy for him. Most of us have like reading or some sport or whatever, and his is biking. And he bikes for approximately 6 hours every single day, more during the racing season. And Lance Armstrong had endurance and strength, but most of all he had passion, and that's something that not many athletes have, even if they want to have it. And that concludes my first point, that Lance Armstrong is an athlete. To bring you to my second point, that Lance Armstrong is a survivor, I will tell you that he was diagnosed with testicular cancer in 1996, and he endured chemotherapy and multiple surgeries, and he was told that he had a 40% chance of survival. That's not very high, but for Lance Armstrong, he brushed it off his shoulder and never stopped trying, and in 1997 returned back to racing, and he never felt better. And starting 2 years after he came back and trained his butt off, he won those 7 Tour de France's and became the legend that he is today. That just shows you that Lance Armstrong is truly a survivor. To bring you to my third point, that Lance Armstrong is a leader, I'll share with you some information I found in an article that was in the Architectural Digest, and it discussed the Lance Armstrong Foundation, which most of you probably have or have at least seen Live Strong wear. I know I have. All of those products go to cancer research and raise money for cancer awareness. He told Evan Smith in an interview that he had for an article of his that the Live Strong bracelets raised $47 million as of 2005, and I can't even imagine what that could possibly be by 2011. And he was hoping that with this foundation that people could realize that even in times of desperation, people can have victories just like he did. And that concludes my third point, that Lance Armstrong is a leader. So I ask you to take away from this that even in times of heartache and pain, anyone can persevere and accomplish their goals just like Lance Armstrong did. So remember him when you're facing a hard time and know that things always get better. This concludes my main point, that Lance Armstrong is an inspiration. He's an inspiration for 3 main reasons. 1, he is an athlete. 2, he is a survivor. And 3, he is a leader. Thank you.